The nation's number one talk radio, 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Hard Facts. I am Sheriff Quadri. Lagos, how are you today? This day started on a very, very rainy note, very wet note. Right after the governor's speech is getting very, very hot. I don't know why you guys are feeling so agitated about it, but I wanna hear everything that you've got to say concerning the speech, but not until let me play a part of the governor's chat to you, and then we'll come back to have further conversations. All right, stay here on Nigeria Info 99.3. For those who missed it, here is a sneak peek into it.
What we will be doing, from today going forward, is that we actually even want to start with our own public servants. And to say that given the challenge that we see now, can we even be creative and have a flexible working hour? And so immediately from next week, we're working out a plan where civil servants from level 0, from 1 to 14, will come to the office maximum 3 times a week, right? Not that any form of government will be shut down. It will be all calendarized and it will be on schedule. Levels 15 to 17 will miss work a day. What are we seeking to achieve? We're seeking to achieve a process where people will even slow down, right? Try and let's know that the pressure, right, we can reduce it, from the work environment that we find ourselves. We don't want a charged, public workforce. We don't want, an aggravated public workforce. Let them be able to see reasons and work remotely. We have a lot of, online, capabilities now that can also, you can send some of the rest to some of the work you are doing for you, or can do it. And Lagos State has, such resources. So the first thing is to look at ourselves and be the first change, that we want. So we will be reducing the number of days that they'll come. You don't have to put pressure on the road. You don't have to be on the road for 3 hours trying to say you're trying to get home at night. So you can plan better. You also can reduce, your economic pressure. We have in the fleet of the public service over 120, buses, but it's not enough, right? So reduce it, let's plan out our time. Services will not be disrupted. Services will not be reduced, to our citizens. You want something for government, there will still be somebody that will do it for you. 2 other arms of government that are already doing this. In the health sector, they always have a calendarization. They always have, days off and rest. So they will continue in that line. Our teaching, sector will continue. Our students will continue to come for 5 days. We'll work out an additional transport support for our classroom teachers to ensure that, they keep the 5 days, because we know that these pupils have exam time and the rest of it. So we will continue, to keep that. So that will be the first baseline, for us to be able to reduce the pressure and the tension that we have amongst ourselves. The next line is also to look at our pensioners, right? How well have we fared, to reduce the burden of pension liabilities? I dare say that Lagos State is the first, to ensure that our pensioners, as we speak now, we're at a stage where it's only pensioners that have retired in 2023 that have not been given their full payment. Every other one has been cleared. And this year alone, in January, we cleared some outstanding pensioners. February, we've done over 4-5 billion already this year. Next month, I've given a commitment that I'll do another 4 billion. What that will now do is that within a month, of your retirement, you should be able to get your check. No other part of we believe in the country has anything close to that. So we have brought succor to people that have worked, for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years in the service of Lagos State to ensure that they will earn, their pensions, as at when due, and they can do whatever they want, with their resources. That's on our public sector, the local government, the health sector, the teaching service is across board. I write and ensure that nobody's left behind. Now going to our to our citizens, we started something last year from August, where we had a 50% reduction on all public transportation, right? It was reduced, and stopped towards the end of the year when, things resumed back, But now I think transport cost is also a major pain that our citizens have. So almost immediately from this weekend, we're throwing back a 25% reduction on all public transportation. Right? We're working with the various unions to ensure that we also can support them. But on our BRT, on our trains, on our ferry services, you are going to begin to enjoy that almost immediately from this weekend. I've given instructions, and so they are working on the logistics for that. On the food palliatives, which is one of the ways in which we also can intervene, right? As we speak, I'm expecting over 100 trailers of rice coming, up north. And I will explain what is happening to our own, meal in a short while, And so we're doing this at 3 levels. We're doing a food purchase and redistribution that will cover about 300,000 households, not just individual household, that will have 10 kg rice, 5 kg gari, 5 kg beans, and have other small things like tomato and rest of it in a combo bag, right? The procurement of that has started. It will just be a logistics of how to package and distribution that will follow. And I will explain to you in the course of this conversation who are the people that will be supervising and superintending all of that to ensure that the real set of people that want these things to get to, will get there. That's one level, one layer of direct procurement of rice, stable rice, beans, gari, and some small, pepper and tomato in one bulk. The next level will be utilizing our experience during COVID. We're going to be opening, what we call Sunday markets in about 42 markets in Lagos. Sunday market. What you will see in those markets, is the same sort of like, stable, food item. But this time, you'll be buying at a reduced cost. We're going to cap what you can buy at not more than 25,000, and we'll be giving you a 25% rebate immediately there. So we have started that at our middle market in Ijoro, which you've all seen, but we're taking it to 42 identified markets in Lagos. We're not giving you the opportunity to come and want to buy worth of 100,000. That means Ruben, you have the capacity. But somebody that wants to buy 10,000, 15,000, which are the people that want to take out of the poverty line, we will give you a discount, an immediate discount of about 25. You will get that rebate. And you are not just buying one item, you are buying, a combination of, staples, and you will get a relief immediately. So that Sunday market will happen for the next 4 or 5 Sundays, and we'll continue to review. So we will make all the logistics available, all the food items will be at this. We're working with the local government, with the leaders of the market. We'll identify and we'll publish, all these things. That's the second level. The third level will be that we are now going to do what we call, the soup bowl, the soup kitchen. We did it also during COVID. We want to identify mama puts, caterers that are in your do, and we want to be able to feed between 1,000 and 1,500 in every local government per day, at the first instance for the next, 30 to 60 days. So let's watch out the logistics. We are identifying, the caterers already. Funds will be sent to them, and they will have vouchers so that people just walk in, and just give them something, to eat, one a day, and let's just continue, on that. The whole idea around this is that one of the verticals will reach you in one form or the other. So that's regarding food. No, I've not finished. On the health sector, right, we also realize that. So some people's, their problem is not the gari or the rice. There's just some problem. I told you a woman gave birth on the road yesterday. Why should that, be a case? Because it could be pressure, right? So immediately, where all our 31 general hospitals will be given free child delivery. Either doing normal birth or cesarean birth, we will take up the cost so that we reduce the pressure, on our people almost immediately. We are also working with them to reduce the cost of some particular types of drugs, hypertension, diabetes, and we can give a rebate at our hospitals. We can give a rebate. So we don't want that to be thrown out, So we're planning to give, to work that with the hospital and give, a rebate on that. That's number 2. Number 3 is that our 6 health districts, we have 6, we are the only ones that have that in the country, by the way. We have 6 health districts, which are headed by permanent secretaries. Over the next 3 months, they'll be doing what we call the health mission, twice a week. On an health mission, they'll put up the canopy, doctors will be there, nurses will be there. People will just come in about 1,000 people, 2,000 people will come and get an health check. You know, maybe you're diabetic, you're hypertensive, they check your blood pressure, and they will give you medicines, you know, based on what it is that they realize, I mean, is wrong with it. And maybe some eye, you know, testing. I'll check if we have, you know, enough of that to go around. So all that will also go around concurrently, you know, in the health sector. So you will see that in any form, if the food or the transport, if the hospital doesn't touch you, one thing will touch you. We looked at education as well. You know, out-of-school children, what are some of the challenges? They said they asked parents to show evidence of a tax payment of about 8,000. Let's remove that. Let's get let's get parents to bring their pupils back to school without necessarily needing that burden. That's on the education sector, to enter, you know, and to ensure that they can bring, you know, their kids, you know, back to school. So you can see that, you know, we're cutting the interventions, you know, across various sectors. You know, we're cutting it in health, in education, in transportation, in agriculture. You know, so we believe that in one form or the other, you will have succor. You will have something that you can take back, and you see that this government is working with you. To answer the question around the rice mill, so the challenge that we have is that is the biggest mill in the country. We're challenged by feedstock. It's paddy. We have two aggregators, you know, FX, you know, and Lagos Commodity Exchange that we've given commitment to look for paddy for us. You know, one of the things that has happened is that paddy is not easily growable in the southern part of the country. We have farmland in Ogun State. We have farmland in Osun State. We have the small ones in Lagos. But it cannot meet up with the size and the capacity of the mill, right? And one of the things that we realized that, you know, even up north, there are a few issues around paddy. So for our mill, we're going to be having a conversation with the Minister for Transport and with the federal government. If they can permit us, you know, to do a one-off, you know, importation of paddy, the mill that we have there can take 2 vessels. They have enough service that will take 2 vessels of paddy. And that can take us for 8 months to 9 months production of close to 2 million bags of 50 kg. So if we have that exemption, you know, so that we can use that, you know, to encourage the rice farmers, you know, to still, because what we hear is the challenges of people not going back to the market, not going back to their farms on time, and so we cannot get, you know, enough. In fact, to say to you, sir, you know, some of the parties that we're expecting from the north, we even have to write to some of my colleague governors for them to give us passage to be able to drive down this paddy, because the conversation is like some are being smuggled out or some. We don't want to listen to that. But it's a long journey, 800 kilometers, 1,000 to drive down, and because we're waiting. You know, it's not a mill where you can kickstart, stop. If you're going to run in the ground. So we need to have, you know, the silos there are 16 massive silos of almost 32,000 metric tons. 2 vessels of paddy can fill up that place, and we will be able, you know, to, you know, on a very large scale, be able to populate, you know, the citizens, you know, with stable, you know, food like rice. So we will be pursuing that opportunity, you know, with the federal government, right? And I'm also using it, I'm speaking publicly. If there's any paddy aggregator or any paddy rice that they know that they can send us down, we're willing to buy. Our funds are out there, you know, to buy this paddy. So in a medium to short term, these are some of our solutions at ensuring that we can, you know, in all of the verticals, we can touch, you know, our citizens in one form or the other. But the question is the how. To make it a lot more very transparent and be people-driven, right? We have used a mechanism before, which is we had all the trade unions, you know, members, we had the religious leaders, members, we have the CDC, CDA as members of the monitoring and the distribution, you know, channel. But immediately today, I'm also setting up another economic advisory team. Well, I don't want to use economic, but like an advisory team that is bipartisan. You know, I've identified, you know, the secretary of PDP, for example. I've identified the former chairman of Labour Party that is in the House of Rep, for example. I've identified Mr. Odumak as an example of civil society The chairman of the Guilds of Editors will join us. The chairman of NLC will join us. The local government chairman will join us. The chair of the local government will join us. A representative from the House of Assembly will join us. One religious leader, and a Christian, Muslim, and deputy and I will form the team. And economists like Fagbero Byron, who is also, a public commentary, a lady who is very sensitive to consumer price protection. Let's all, so that let's let all of these people advise us, rethink all of these things that I've said, tell us that this will not be enduring, think through this, right? But also ensure that the distribution is completely not people that knows the governor or knows the deputy governor, so that we can, be transparent, with our intentions, of helping Lagosians out. And it's also an opportunity for me to advise, other sectors. Like I said, government is just one arm. Everybody knows that government is an enabler. We're not the real, employer of. So MSMEs, let's be creative. If you don't need to have all your tailors come the same day, be very creative. Give them a flexible work hours. The private sector companies, right? It's a time where we need to, as stakeholders in this country, we need to reduce the effect of profitability and keep life alive, right? It's not all about shareholder value again and ensuring that it is profit for our stakeholders. No. How about the citizens that have been very committed, purchasers of your goods or consumers of your product? At what point in time can we all, just slow down and ensure that we can give back? We did it during COVID. As a city, as a state, we all came out to support ourselves. This is also a clarion call. And what is happening is not peculiar, to Nigeria alone. It's everywhere, and every country has to, think through, come inside, and think of a local solution. And that's why I'm using this opportunity to call all my friends in the private sector. Let's think of how to support them. This morning, I called one of them again. I said, I need about 100,000 boxes. Spaghetti, Indomie, and the rest of it. Just give me a combo. 100,000, not for sale. And these are some of the things that we're going to be, So the logistics of that, we'll see it in the next couple of days. So do something like that. Look at how you need to help people to keep that your factory safe, to keep that your office safe. Because it's only when the city, is peacefully safe that, we can all begin to talk about profitability and ensuring that we have, shareholder value and the rest of it. What we're going through, is a time for all of us to see who can play what, and let's, be able to hold each other and know that there are no difficult times that stays forever. Even spiritually, there are times of famine, right? So it's that time in which we need to just pull back, weather the storm, and then believe that, things will turn around. No situation stays forever, but it's the ability to weather the storm during those difficult times that truly, really defines, man.
This is Hard Facts.
There you go, Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah, we're back now. For those who missed out on the governor's broadcast, there are many other areas the governor touched on, but I believe that this is one of the biggest areas in the, it's one breath that he took all of those things that he said, before questions now started coming in from other panel members who are there in the studio with the governor. So let me get to hear you. What Because I had a lot of complaints when Joyce was taking reactions. What really don't you like about what the governor said? What are your reservations? What are your, what part of the speech you would you say that you wouldn't want to believe or you don't trust? What part of the speech that you would say kudos to the governor, or you just throw everything in the bin? I'd like to get your thoughts. 0700 993 993 993 and 0201 465 7190. for the ladies. That's 0201 465 7190. WhatsApp is 0809 597 5805 on WhatsApp. That is 0809 597 5805 on WhatsApp. X is at Nigeria Info FM. We're streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook. Nigeria Info 99.3 on those two platforms. Drop your comments with me on those two platforms and I will come take them. But for now, we need to step aside. Let's take this very short break and we're back to take your messages and your thoughts on our only one and only story on the Big Three today, Thursday. I am Sheriff Quadri Lagos. You're welcome to Hard Facts.
We all need those words to boost our faith, to give us hope and reasons to continue. Words that can change our lives and get us into action. Sunday Elevation on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The Sunday experience you need to kickstart your week on a high note. Every week, we feature incredible thought leaders who will uplift your spirit and inspire you to live your best life. Sunday Elevation is exactly what you need to start your week off right. So, tune in every Sunday from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. for one-of-a-kind experience that will leave you feeling inspired, energized, and ready to conquer the week ahead. Don't miss Sunday Elevation on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Anywhere Clara enter like this, people must give am compliment.
Clara, this your saint makes sense so. Now because I dey use Wazobia.
Anywhere Johnny enter sef, people must comot cap for am. Johnny. As you enter like this, everywhere just begin smell nice. Which kind perfume you dey use?
Na Wazobia perfume o.
Yes sir, Wazobia na the correct scent wey get quality. E dey last long and e dey give man and woman confidence any day, anywhere.
For authentic scent wey dey indigenous, make you choose Wazobia.
E dey available in perfume and body spray.
You fit get am for stores, supermarkets and open markets.
Remember, no be only how you take dress, na also how you take smell.
Wazobia, correct scent for correct people.
Can you earn in dollars exporting everyday items to the USA? Yes, you can. Join me, Unduka Ude, and my export team at the Export to Wealth Conference on the 6th and 7th of March at the Oriental Hotel VI and learn the practical steps needed to find buyers abroad, sell on Amazon and other stores so you can start earning in dollars. To register, go to exportandsell.com/event or call us at 0909 344 7596. In partnership with Sterling Bank, you can get access to funding with single-digit interest rate that can help you expand and transform your business. To register, go to exportandsell.com/event or call us at 0909 344 7596. Go to exportandsell.com/event or call us at 0909 344 7596. See you soon.
The playoffs of Nigeria Info's I Beg to Differ Season 7 end on Thursday. At 4 o'clock, Ifeanyi Blessing will face Olanipekun Mercy Olajumoke on the topic, men should be entitled to equal work benefits as women when they have children. At 5 o'clock, Amadin Gayebosa will face Musafal Farida on the topic, it is better to give than to receive. I am Yvonne Ohaifo. Join Femi Obong-Daniels and me to catch the action. I Beg to Differ Season 7. 32 debaters, one winner, 1 million naira. Supported by Obiwizi and Just Food. For sponsorship, send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ, a tournament of champions.
Listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. This is Hard Facts.
That's right, we're good to go now. We're good to go. Let's start with the calls. After the calls, we'll take some messages right away. Please turn off your radio. Thank you. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Hard Facts. That call is gone, so I'm going to hang up and take another one. Nigeria Info, good afternoon to you.
Hello?
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, surely. Good afternoon.
Yes, please.
You have me from down.
Let's hear you. 60 seconds.
Yeah, surely.
Hmm?
The area I disagreed, Mr. Mbad disagreed with the governor, is the area of sharing food. I'm asking the governor and also the listeners also who will call. Will Mr. Mbad and his family go to the pool unit or wherever they are sharing food with the children to share food? That is not what we are asking those people. What we are asking these people, open border for us, so that if Mr. Mbad can get up to 30 or 40,000 as they have afford the bag of rice, then Mr. Mbad can go to market and buy a bag of rice to keep for the children to eat. Not to come to radio stations to come and tell us that they will.
He didn't come to radio
they will
station.
share food in the market on Sunday. They will share food, hot items. This is not what we need. We are not beggars for price tag. We are the people who hustle. We are the people who are earning our money.
Thank you.
We want them to bring food items down
Thank
for
you.
us.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mba. Thank you for calling me. Let's take another call. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sheriff.
Yes, please.
This is Adeshawa from Ikorodu.
Talk to me.
Now, the first question that you asked actually flopped the whole thing for me, because he was asking for 4 years administration. He's supposed to be asking of the present thing that is going on now, which is the food crisis on ground. Now, look at that first question to the last, that level 15 to Kineko, then additional transportation for classroom teachers, then 25% reduction. All are going to civil servants. What is going to private school? What is going to private workers? And if you look at it, they said level 13 to 15 will be staying at home. They'll be working 3 times in a week. Even their work strength is not even taking what they are doing. Go to the public schools, you see 120, 180 in a class, and you want to tell a level 13 and 15 to stay at home. Who will take care of those children there? That's one. Then two, then concerning the food aspect, it's not going to work, Mr. Sheriff. It is not going to work. All these mama put that they are going to put, they are going to be feeding 1,000.
Thank you. Thank you, Adeshawa. Thank you.
For politicians.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. I appreciate it. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Okay, Sheriff, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
God
too.
bless you, sir.
Thank you too.
Thank you. The Lord is
Thank
your
you.
friend, sir.
Thank you. Thank
Big
you.
market woman.
Welcome.
I like the way the governor speak. But all me I want is that border to be open for food to be cheap for us. Yes, the border. Hello? Hello?
I'm hearing you.
The border to be open so that we can be able to buy rice by ourselves.
Okay.
We cannot pack our children and be eating food what other people cook.
Okay.
Please.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you too for calling. I appreciate it. Prince is in Saudi Arabia. He's on Skype. Prince, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Sharif.
Good
How
afternoon,
are you?
sir. I'm good. Thank you.
I'm fine. Let me start with this. I think the questions that have been thrown to the governor have been vetted and screened. Because my own concern, like I mentioned during Uncle Jimmy's third time, my own is Agbero. I don't think, did I miss anything? I don't think anybody asked the question of Agbero in Lagos State. Did I miss it? Sharif?
I don't. No, I did not. I did.
Like
I
that?
did. No, I did not. I did not catch it.
Why won't that's the menace in the country, in the Lagos State, right? Won't any of those 4 journalists ask questions about Agbero in that place? At least let's hear from the horse's mouth his solution or what is planning regarding the Agbero. Honestly, they would have brought Oseni Rufai to come and ask questions this afternoon. That morning, it would have been better. I mean, at the first interest, I say these are all rhetorics. We've heard all this before. It's actually disheartening, honestly. Nothing to take home from that interview or whatever they call it. Have a nice day, Sharif.
You too, Prince. Thanks for calling. Appreciate. Nigeria Info. Hard facts. Good afternoon to you.
Sheriff, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Sheriff, my name is Ziggy.
Ziggy, welcome. Talk to me, please.
Yes, I'm calling from Ajawa State. Sheriff.
Yes, please.
I have a question. Is there any form of natural disaster that happened in Nigeria? Or are we at war? Because a place whereby I see what the governor is reading out, maybe is a place they have a natural disaster or a war-torn country. That is where people queue up to come and take rice or come and take whatever. The last time I checked, nothing of such happens here in Nigeria. So what exactly is going on? Maybe we are missing something. Maybe governor know what we don't know. It's like they are now turning Nigeria into.
What was missing to you? What was missing to you?
Sorry.
What was missing in that chart to you? What was missing?
What is missing in that chart? To me, if I should judge, what is missing is leadership. I'm being very honest with you. Constructive leadership.
All right, I hear you. I hear you. Thank you so much for calling me. Appreciate it. Nigeria Info. Good. Oh, that call has dropped, so I'm going to jump on another one. Good afternoon to you.
Let me run out.
Okay.
This is Joy.
Joy, welcome.
Mr. Sheriff, you know what? I was laughing when I heard him saying about private sector.
Okay.
That he's going to work with them, to know how to make it easier for the staff to come to work and all those whatnot.
Right.
My issue is this. You know the sector where I work in, we use diesel.
Mm-hmm.
How have they helped in making, the private sector, because we run on diesel.
Right.
If you go to our branches, most times, in fact, they bring lights before you know you're taking it. You must run on diesel. So if now the diesel that we're buying now has increased, so how is the government now? It is not just on the state now, not just on Sanwo-Olu. So it needs to parley with the federal,
right,
so that they can help the private sector. It is when the private sector are not spending much on overhead costs that they cannot help the staff. Because it's something they can do. Yesterday, our staff bosses, they were in filling station. Till 8 p.m., they were trying to get fuel. Why? Because there's an issue with fuel and all that. So there are so many things that is tied with private sector that you cannot just tell them to cut, do this or do that. It's going to affect them. Is it that they are going to lay off some staff, and which is also not good for the economy.
Not good.
So they need to come in and help private sector.
Right.
I always tell you, you see this, our light bill.
Yeah.
We need to have constant light and at a reduced rate. This is where it will help everybody. The barber, the salon person, anybody that is doing one or two businesses. When you know your NEPA bill is not high, you can do your business and the rate will come down. That is my own. No, I don't know. Whatever you're going to do, since the same power is in federal, the same people are in federal are also in the state. So it's even a good thing for us, like they told us I can fast during election. So please, let them come with Baba so that they can know how to bring down all these other things. That is where we can get all these things correct.
Thank you, Joy.
Thank you.
For calling. Appreciate it. Let's take Azu. After Azu, we'll take some messages. Azu, hi. How are you doing? Good afternoon to you, Azu. Welcome.
I listened to the speech of Mr. Governor with mixed feelings. So there are just two parts. The first part is, please, Mr. Governor, stop telling the people that what is happening in Nigeria is not peculiar with us, that is global. No, it is not. I'm calling from Jakarta, Indonesia. We are not having such problems. We have about 190-something countries in the world. And each time they want to make this analysis, they say, oh, England is having this issue. Maybe the Japan and What about the 170 other countries? They are not. What led us to this place? Let us say the way it is. Are irresponsible actions of the government for a long time. Of course, not just his administration or that of the president. We'll be kicking the can down the road. Now he's choking us. All what he mentioned are palliative. So, Mr. Governor, these are just short-term measures. And please, let's be looking at how to fix our country. Stop telling us, oh, no. We have been irresponsible with the complicity of the people, too. Everybody. Now we are almost at the rock bottom. Now, that is one part. Now, the other part is I want to applaud him for what he's trying to do, especially in the part of women and children, the free childbirth and the whole stuff. I give him a lot of kudos there. And I think he said he's going to be giving some subsidized prices for drugs in the hospital. Yes, yeah. Please, he should do that more because we need a healthy citizen to build a country. For that, I will give it to him. Every other thing we're talking about, let's look at the way forward. We have to fix our country by telling ourselves the truth. Like Uncle Jim will say, we will look ourselves for eye, tell ourselves the truth. Now we cause waiting they do us today. So we should tell ourselves, how do we get out from there? And sorry if I may add, Sheriff.
Yeah.
He's putting up an economic committee of bipartisan. Yeah, a very beautiful one. But what I'm questioning is how genuine is it? Because I can see lots of politicians, Oga of PDP, leader of Labour Party. We don't need them. We need the right thinking people, the best brains. We need all hands to be on deck. When I mean all hands, not because of a party member. No, all good heads, great hands. Anywhere the help can come from. Right. We don't need because it's bipartisan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Azul. Right. Thanks for calling me. Appreciate it. Okay. It's 3:42 going on 43 right now, and this is how far I can go because I've got something coming up at 3:45, and we want to talk about how you can keep your engine, that's your car engine, whatever engine, generator engine, whatever it is that uses has an engine. We want to talk about how you can keep it younger for longer. It's brought to you by Total Energies. Okay, so let's stand by for that. I would have my guest in the studio in a moment. Stay here. Nigeria Info 99.3.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court sitting convicted, suspended the Chicago certificate story is never going away, is it? Show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99